Welcome to the Grizzled Geek in Review, the show that's one part news, one part opinion, and 2 parts speculation. That's 4 parts. Right? Is that the whole thing?
I don't know.
Is that all of it?
It's like 20, not if you're a human.
Yeah, 1
you
quarter.
Need about 40 billion more parts.
That is true. So 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 half. Kind of like the makeup of a G.I. Joe battle.
There you
lasers,
go.
blue lasers, knowing.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, it's June 16th, 2017, and we've got your geek news for the week. Not a huge week for news, but...
Oh, yeah, it was kind of quiet.
It was kind of quiet, but we got some kind of important news.
Yeah.
X-Men Dark Phoenix continues to do its best to make me care, to give a shit about this movie. I guess we got Shi'ar confirmed with the casting of Jessica Chastain as Lilandra.
Yeah.
Although they listed her as the villain. Lilandra is not really a villain in the comics.
Well, villain probably the wrong word. Maybe antagonist.
Yeah.
Because in that Dark Phoenix saga, she's the one who said, hey, you got to arrest, Jean Grey for being the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, she's
murdered, billions of people by eating stars and whatnot. So
nice. Well, she has been cast, or she's in talks. She's going to be signing soon for Lilandra. Simon Kinberg was announced as director for the project. So more and more, I'm like, a movie that I didn't give a crap about, I'm like, wow, man, I got to see this now. And another thing was probably just a fan nod. They mentioned the year it takes place. Again, they're skipping ahead a decade. This is going to take place in the 90s, specifically 1991, which was the relaunch year for X-Men.
Right.
Under Jim Lee, the classic blue and gold.
And it was good.
Yeah.
I love that run of X-Men. That was one of my favorites.
No word yet on whether they're actually going to have the blue and gold or blue and yellow costumes from that launch or not. I mean, that would be amazing. But they're definitely tapping in to the nostalgia for the 90s X-Men.
Right. And it's obviously not going to be the same team because they haven't introduced all of those people.
Right.
No Forge, likely no Gambit.
True. But they have Psylocke. They have, they're getting closer and closer to that cast.
That would be cool.
So.
It's one of the best iterations of the X-Men in my opinion.
Yeah,
I love the 90s X-Men.
And they're not shying away from the whole space connection with the Shi'ar and everything.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
We'll see. They're taking a page from Marvel Studios.
Yeah, Marvel Studios.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Justice League news.
Yeah, we've got Danny Elfman is going to be replacing Junkie XL as the composer of Justice League, which I assume means they're going back to scratch on the score for the movie.
Because those are two completely. I guess Tim Burton didn't let Danny Elfman go for a little bit there. Usually, they keeps him on a leash.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, Junkie XL did Mad Max. You said
great,
which I would assume it would have kind of a frenetic, maybe dark tone to the music.
Lots of electric guitar.
And if they want to change that tone in Justice League, bringing in the guy who scored things like Spider-Man films, The Simpsons, and things like that, and give a lighter tone.
Danny Elfman is very,
Oh yeah, the guy's amazingly talented, so he can do anything.
Yeah.
But if you want to lighten the tone, a lighter score can do it.
Yeah,
or at least help do it.
One thing he also brings is a more epic feel to it. Right, we're getting closer to the John Williams kind of epic feel, like we did with the Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
So that might be something. I hate to see someone, lose their job like that, especially, guys talented as Junkie XL, but Elfman, if you're going to replace him with somebody, Elfman is the one to do it. But more and more, we're seeing, more and more changes to the Justice League. They just recently had reshoots, reshoots taking place right now, filming through the rest of the summer, and there's set pieces, there's been leaked images from, obviously more Gotham.
Gotham, or redoing Gotham, one of the two.
Right, yeah. Big gargoyle scenes, like more of the large Gothic feel of Gotham, that we didn't get before.
And possibly some in World War I.
There was some set photos of some World War I sets in that, whether they're going to have flashbacks for Wonder Woman in Justice League or obviously, Wonder Woman doing so well at the box office. We speculated it was going to, kind of mold how this...
ramp up her part in the movie to, play on that would be, logical. Hopefully all these changes make sense.
Yeah.
And they don't feel shoehorned into the movie like things, like reshoots did for Suicide Squad.
Right.
Where it's just like it didn't make sense for the story.
Hopefully it's more like Rogue One, where, the reshoots change the movie for the better.
Correct. Yeah, that's what we got to hope for there.
Well, moving on to Marvel news. Cap is back, or at least for one more movie.
Yep.
Chris Evans, whose 6-picture movie deal was done with Infinity War, everyone speculated, he was possibly
killed off, or something like that.
Has signed on for one more movie, the fourth Avengers movie. After the Russo brothers sat him down and talked to him about what their plans are, he said it made sense. His quote is that it's going to wrap everything up.
Yeah.
So, so he dies in the next movie. But it does sound pretty final. He does sound like that's going to be his last one. And he also got a chance for that big payday, having to renegotiate that one more movie.
Yep.
Probably not Robert Downey money, but,
No.
And Evans deserves it. I mean, his run as Cap was one of the highlights of an amazing run of movies. Has been one of the highlights of his movies. So,
and it is a bummer. You hate to see this. I mean, it's obviously this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
You get to the point where you want your career to move on, or you want to step back or settle down or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna suck not having him as Cap.
Yeah. Well, he's like what? He's like in his mid to upper 30s now. He's getting thrown around by He does a lot of his stunts. He's got to get ripped in crazy shape every time he does it.
Yeah.
He's probably edging 40. He's probably looking for a break from.
Come on, Hugh Jackman did it into his 40s. You can do it.
Yeah, and so did The Rock. But Rock no longer looks natural though. He's like a robot or some kind of thing with
maybe
a Terminator looking thing. All right.
I think another in Marvel, we got a new trailer for Black Panther.
Black Panther trailer was amazing.
It looks really cool, and it got 89 million views in 24 hours.
Now, to put that in perspective, I mean, that's an amazing number of views in the first 24 hours. The only thing to really beat that was Thor Ragnarok, which was ridiculous with like 130 some odd million views, but it beat out like, Civil War, the Avengers trailers and stuff like that. So plenty of people. I mean, this is, a crazy number for a solo outing for Marvel.
Right. Yeah. It's exciting. Well, and his only his second appearance.
Yeah.
In the universe.
His first solo movie. Yeah.
But
it's lots of cool stuff.
Cool. Yeah. And they're going deep into his background and Wakanda's background and stuff like that. And it seems, I'm not disconnected from the rest of the universe, but very insular in how it's going to, be focused on him and Wakanda and not really the wider conflict. It doesn't look like.
Yeah, no. And that's fine. I think it's more of a personal story, and I think that'll be fine. It's what Marvel needs, because it's going to be, right after that we're hitting, Infinity War.
Right.
So, I mean, with a big epic crossover, and you need those build-up movies to get to that point.
Right.
Speaking of which, the Incredible Hulk has been spotted and Black Panther is spotted together on set of Infinity War. So apparently there's going to be scenes with those two together. Looks like Wakanda. Looks like the Banner's going to be in Wakanda.
Now, is it Banner or is
Mark
it
Ruffalo? It shows Mark Ruffalo.
It's Mark Ruffalo. It's not somebody in the capture suit.
Which makes sense, given the high-tech science of Wakanda, having, Mark Ruffalo there. This is obviously after the events of Thor Ragnarok, so we don't know what happens there, how he gets back to Earth. But last time we saw him, he was actually not really the most popular guy, having, wrecked cities and stuff like that. Yeah. So he may not be welcome back immediately, especially when he gets back and finds out about the Accords and everything else. So Bruce Banner's probably laying low. What better place than Wakanda, where he has access to all that technology and whatnot. So that would be a cool scene. A lot of people have speculated that we might be getting a Wakandan Hulkbuster suit. If you know, in the comics, Black Panther had built a vibranium-powered Hulkbuster armor to tackle the Hulk. And of course, much like all the ill-named Hulkbuster armors, is more of a Hulk-bothering armor. I don't think they've built one yet that actually could take him in the comics, but we'll see. I mean, that's just kind of like a crazy fanboy dream. Probably not, but it would be cool to see.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm excited for anything with a Hulk in it. I don't, whatever.
Yeah. All right. And last in movies and slash TV, we got the sad news that Adam West passed away recently. 88 years old. The TV Batman from the 60s,
the iconic
movies.
Yeah.
So, rip Adam West.
Yeah, Adam West. I mean, he was, my first Batman.
Yeah, and I don't. Did they ever release what he was dealing with? That what the issue was. I think it was some sort of health issues that he had been hospitalized for, but I don't remember hearing the exact details of why or what happened.
I don't think they did. But at 88, I mean, the guy like Roger Moore a few weeks back. He had a good run.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he died so young.
Yeah, it's sad, but not tragic.
Yeah, but, our thoughts and prayers with his family,
yes,
friends, fans.
Yeah.
All right, let's go then to our spoiler-laden comic section.
Aha!
As always, and as always, we tend just to focus on
the two biggest stories in comics right now.
Story, yeah. This time we're only looking at Secret Empire number 4, which I guess we get some reveals as to why some of the heroes are siding with
Cap's
heroes
Avengers team?
slash anti-heroes. The Punisher we saw in the original Civil War that he idolized Captain America, and he'll do whatever he says. He probably sees this as Cap coming more to his way of thinking
probably.
than anything.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is being possessed by a demon.
Chthon.
I thought those were an alien race, not demons, but
That's like Chitauri. No, Chthon was I think he's a Doctor Strange bad guy.
Okay. Vision is infected with some sort of nanites, I guess, that are reprogramming him to be loyal to Hydra. And then Odin's son is kind of the one that's intriguing, or
Odin's son's the original Thor.
Yeah,
right?
is the original Thor. He seems to think that whatever's happening here is in the best interest of Asgard.
Yeah, well, that guy's kind of messed up since he lost the hammer.
Yeah,
he's been kind of trying to find himself and doing what he needs to. Plus, he's always been loyal to Steve Rogers. So
it'll be interesting to see where that story. The one thing I find interesting here is that we really don't see why Deadpool is following him,
because he's crazy.
Well, I mean a lot of what he does is because he's like, oh sweet, I'm being accepted as an Avenger, that's awesome, kind of thing. So how will his motivations change when he finds out Cap is, wait a minute, he's not the quote unquote real Avengers, he's on the wrong side.
Who knows if he's even paying attention to what even Hydra is at this point.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say. I'm still hoping for him being playing the long game, didn't actually kill Coulson. But I don't know that that's going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah. Then we've got some... I did not realize that Hank Pym and Ultron had merged with each other somehow.
Yeah.
But apparently they're a single entity now, and they are intervening in the race for the Cosmic Cube shards.
Yeah, like Tony's team's going after it, and Cap's teams. And before that, Ultron was like clearly on Cap's team or whatever, but he's interfering with the search or whatever. So we're not really sure what side he's on. Probably
what
his own.
He's doing. Yeah. If the Ultron portion of the personality is the one in control, he's probably on his own team.
Yeah. And like every issue so far, it ends at a cliffhanger.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we also get the hint that Cap has an inside man on Tony's team.
Yeah.
Who that is, I don't think we get any real clues on, but yeah.
Just the reveal that he has somebody on the inside. So there's a traitor in Tony's team, so we'll find out, obviously, later on in the series. Like every issue of this series is has a cliffhanger ending or a spoiler ending.
Right.
And so we'll see. We still got, we're only not even halfway through yet, so. This
Yeah, it's a
series.
10-issue series, right?
11. They added an extra one.
Yeah, an extra one? Okay.
Yeah.
So, actually 13 when you take into
One to
account
issue
the
zero,
and
yeah.
the free comic day issue.
Yep.
So, wow, okay.
So quite a bit for this story. So, all right. Moving on to gaming news. Warlord Games has a new summer campaign for Bolt Action. Bolt Action being their tabletop 28mm World War II game.
Right. Yeah.
It's a really great game. And they released a book last month, Operation Sea Lion.
Mm-hmm.
This is a what if scenario book of whether, Germans invading Britain.
Okay. Yeah.
So they already had these plans drawn up, never executed them. I mean, the war could have been totally drastically changed if they had.
Right.
So this is a what if scenario if they did. So the summer campaign is going to be based on that. And it's going to include the first phase 1 is Operation Sea Lion, which is already out.
Mm-hmm.
And then right now they're taking pre-orders for Operation Gigant, which is where they invade. They got repelled to the sea, then they're invading Kent from the north.
Okay.
So, so it's going to be exciting. Game stores have an opportunity to purchase a package to run this event for the summer, including special medals or coins, whatever, for first, second, and third place for these events, certificates, posters, all kinds of cool stuff. And then the cool thing about it is that the events of this summer campaign are going to kind of like affect things. You can go log in your results. You go to the game store, you go to a game store, you play your events, whatever side wins, they log it into the computer system. Then Warlord Games takes that into account for their, what if scenarios.
Oh, interesting.
Stuff. So what's going to happen? Cool. So it's cool. You actually have a say in how the thing turns out. Local game stores, a sign up is by July 12th, I believe is when signups.
Okay.
Yeah, signups due. So if you're interested in playing this campaign, check with your local gaming store. Ask them to sign up for the event. It's pretty easy to do, and then have fun. So I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to playing some Bolt Action games.
I'm a fan of Bolt Action.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like their new, obviously the horror version.
The Conflict 47. Yep.
But Bolt Action is a good game.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you're a tabletop miniatures fan, definitely try it out. It's got some unique aspects that.
Yeah,
are
the
really
command
cool.
dice.
Command dice is what really makes it.
Yeah.
Unique and fun compared to other you go I go kind of things.
Yeah, this one's kind of random who goes, so it's kind of adds that extra element to it. So, yeah, great game. It's going to be a great campaign, so I'm looking forward to it. But that's it. Like I said, not a huge news week, but whatever news does come out, or at least whatever ones we pay attention to, you will definitely hear it from us here every Friday. We actually have a new podcast coming out next week where we discuss the DCEU, the current state and future state of the DCEU.
Yeah, well, we'd like to see that kind of stuff,
right.
How we think it's turning around.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly.
Spoiler.
So, injecting a little hope into the DCEU, thanks to Amazonian Princess. So, so thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Especially if you're reading Secret War or Secret Empires. Let us know what you think.
Exactly.
We'd like to know a little more about that. How people are reacting to it.
Yep. And if you're into the Star Wars MMO, Doug's going to have a new video up soon.
Today, hopefully.
Today?
No, I'm sorry. It should be out when you're seeing this.
Yeah, it should be out already.
It'll be on the patch that just came out, 5.2.2.
Oh, okay.
Which brought back the Nar Shaddaa Nightlife event.
Oh, okay. Which where you're gambling and winning stuff?
Yeah, you're gambling. You can get a Rancor and some other now a Gamorrean companion. They made a few changes to some legacy perks and to the command system. So
awesome.
Some cool little twerks to the system.
Cool deal. Well, then be sure to check that out. So it's already up there, and we'll have links to both probably over here. So, all right. Thank you. We'll talk to you next week.